You didn't tell me this one's worse. So a few weeks ago, we had planned to go on a trip to Utah or Maine. We just couldn't decide for sure where we wanted to go. We had kind of settled on going to Utah, but about 4 days before our trip, we changed directions completely, and we decided we're going to go to Arkansas, and specifically Bentonville, and that is because we like to mountain bike. See our bikes. So we headed down to the Ozark National Forest, but on our way we had stopped to see my brother and his fiance, and they had just gotten a new house, so we got to tour that. The next morning we woke up and they made us breakfast. We got a late start heading out, so we got to the National Forest probably around 3 p.m. and we had spent quite a bit of time driving the roads to kind of find a good camping spot, get to know how things are laid out, as we've been to other national forests in the past, but we have not been to this location. So we had drove up and down the roads quite a bit. We had found a good spot to camp. We pull in. It was getting dark out, so we wanted to get camp set up. We sat up in our tent that night. We prepared supper with the fire and the jet boil. We enjoyed some hot green tea with lemon and honey. This spot was just tucked back into the woods quite a ways. When we woke up that next morning, we were greeted by a game warden, and it was a really good interaction. He came by, just said hi. He was making sure, probably just checking in on us. Usually I feel pretty uncomfortable in those situations, like, am I doing something wrong? But it was a very comfortable interaction. He had actually asked if it was our trash up further, and we're like, no, that's why we actually didn't camp up there, because of what the people before us had left behind. So that's a bummer. But we had this beautiful spot that we were camping in. So we woke up that morning. We had made some bacon, eggs, and some toast. We head out and we go to Chicken Thunder, which was a little bit of a disappointment. It looks like it was a great mountain bike park maybe 10-15 years ago, but it just has not had the upkeep. And when I looked back at reviews 9 years ago, they said that the maintenance just wasn't being kept up there, which is a bummer. So we continue on to Bentonville, and we just go downtown and we're riding those trails, and they are amazing. So smooth, everything flows so nice. Can't really get lost because everything just connects up to each other. The features were great. It had skill level to ride for absolutely everyone. Walker was definitely pushing my limits, though, with making me go off some of the jumps. Wasn't really made to go off the jumps, but I did it with a little bit of encouragement. Maybe a lot of encouragement. And it was fun to see other people ride up to the features also and back up and think about doing it, hesitate a little bit, and then finally trying that feature themselves. That kind of gave me some encouragement to do it. All right, so then after we completed mountain biking downtown Bentonville, we headed to Devil's Den State Park, where we did a hike, and we had originally planned to do the Devil's Den Falls hike, but that trail's closed due to an incident that occurred back in July. We ended up hiking the Yellow Rock Trail, which was, I believe, about 2.5 miles, which had beautiful views. We got to run into some other people, have a little conversation. I did send one of the photos to my brother because he's the one that suggested that hike, actually, the Yellow Rock hike. And it was just fun to reenact that photo that he showed us. So we got back to our car after that. We tootled around the town, around the park a little bit, and headed back out into the national forest, which is where we found our spot to camp for the night. We decided that we're going to try camping in our Subaru and see how that goes in comparison to our tent. Review on that, overall, I think we prefer the tent. We are back in the tent tonight. But we got everything laid out. We put our bags on the floorboards in front of our seat to add a little bit of length. We put up our sleeping mats, our pillows, and our sleeping bag. It was plenty warm last night, so it was cozy. We parked under a tree, particularly an acorn tree, and the acorns were falling on the car all night, so you heard dunk, dunk, dunk throughout the night, waking you and startling you a little bit. Tomorrow's adventures will be sponsored by Locals Recommendations.